Had something sticking up.
Scanning something over there. I've been pretty interested in that section for a minute.
I think that is a pickup truck. The oldest case we've solved, 45 years he's been missing. Can you imagine if we solved this case? The Gulf of Mexico. We are literally standing in it in Freeport, Texas, as we're looking for Richard Allen Rhyne. If we solve this one today, Byron, this is going to be the oldest case that we have solved to date. Ricky, also goes by Tricky Rick, went missing in his 1969 Chevy pickup truck. The truck has a white top, green body, and a gold door that we're looking for today.
One gold door?
One gold door. Now this one is going to be a little bit tricky because we are working with a case that is so old that over time, access locations change, roads can change. Some of these areas that feed into the Gulf here, they've got oysters everywhere. They've got mussels. And so if we're looking for a vehicle from 1977, it's gonna be covered in crustaceans of some sort.
It's gonna become a reef by now.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So today is definitely going to be a challenge as we have 7 locations that we're gonna be putting the boat in at with roughly 11 to 12 areas in total that we're gonna be searching. Let's start knocking them out one at a time.
Let's do it.
For families who have all but given up on finding their loved ones, this team is a last hope. Civilian divers cracking cold cases for free.
We know that Tricky Rick was from Angeltown up here. He has one route if he's going to head down into Freeport. Like there is no other main route. I go back in time using Google Earth, I can get back to 1985. Let's say that he did make it to Freeport. So from there, what is the closest? What's the deepest? What's the easiest to access to get into? So where we're starting this morning is we are at this boat ramp right here, right now. What I want to do is start at the boat ramp here, and I have this red line here, and it's roughly 1.1 miles that we need to cover. And we're going to take it down because there's several potential access points that he could have taken any one of these roads and just floored it into the canal there. So we want to check everything down to the marina. From there, we will come to the north, and there's 2 access points right here, fishing spots. And here's the thing too, when you drop the magnet down on a vehicle that has been so old like that, if it's not covered in crustaceans, it's going to be breaking down, and so the magnet is going to bring up little chunks of the car versus having a whole car to where the magnet is going to stick to. It's definitely going to make today's search a lot more challenging, looking for Richard Allen Rhyne, but we're up for that challenge. Let's see if we can find him today. Since we are going to be on the water for quite some time today, some of you are brand new here, so we're going to do a sonar overview and bring you into our world of how we pinpoint a vehicle when it's underwater before we dive onto it. The first thing that we start with is over here on the Hummingbird. This lower half of the screen is our side scan imaging. We cast 75 feet to the left and 75 feet to the right of the boat. And anything that's black, that is the depth of the water. So in the upper left, you can see we're at 6.6, 6.7 feet right now. So just for instance, let's say that this little object right here was our vehicle. Well, we know it's roughly 40 feet to the right. We can zoom in on it, but that's definitely way too small. That's a fish swimming over there is what that is. Now the top one here is our down imaging. So anything from the top to the gold on the bottom is the water column. Right down there on the right hand side on side imaging, it's roughly 12 feet to our right, and that is a log, is what that is. So anyway, if we can spot a log, if we can spot tires, we're gonna be able to spot a vehicle, no problem. So speaking of the fishing magnets as well, we do have fishing magnets available over at adventureswithpurpose.com. Using the fishing magnets like we do as we're out here on the boat trying to find cars is not the only purpose of these. If you Google search or YouTube search magnet fishing, it's like an entire hobby that you can do with your kids, your grandkids. We use the 2600 on the vehicles. You can use it as a pull magnet or move the eye hook over here and use it as a drop magnet. This is one of the ways that we are able to come out here and help families free of charge by selling merchandise like the magnets, like the window breakers, the hats, the shirts. Every little bit helps. We really appreciate you being a part of this with us so we can help find answers for all these families in law enforcement free of charge to them. Thank you. So see, all the dredging we were talking about is going to be taking place in the center of the channel there, especially underneath the bridge there where, oh, look. Okay, so this is going to be a boat over here on the right. See that?
I see it, yeah.
So we'll go over it just to verify it's a boat, but see how the middle of it is open?
Yep.
And then it looks like you can actually see like the motor at the back, so it's an outboard boat is what it is. We got another boat underwater here. Yeah, that's a boat, a barge. I mean, look at all the boats that are on the other side there.
Yeah.
And here's a dock right here on the left.
Platform.
Yeah, something else we're coming over right now. Check that out.
Bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Not a truck.
Small, looks like.
There's another boat that we just came over. You'll see it pop up on down.
You got a little tiny boat, a little scrub boat.
All right, there's the marina, so that's going to be the extent of our search heading this direction. Swing by that little junkyard that we saw of all those boats, and then head down to the furthest southern point on the Brazos River and go check out that location. All right, so since we've already scanned this, we're just gonna jet up the levee to any of these little fishing spots that come into the river. We'll check each one along the way. So we're down about 200 yards from our next spot. Like, it's just insane when you come into an area and it becomes like so, you know, over daunting when you first start this and you start looking at this, like, where do we start? Well, you know, then it comes down to the search patterns that we have. Again, you know, we know that he was up from Angeltown to the north with that 5-mile radius. We know that he had the intention to go down to Freeport. So what is the route that he would have taken most likely? We then start breaking it down. If he did make it to Freeport, now what is that new 5-mile radius? And those two 5-mile radiuses are big ones that we really start honing in on first, besides that route to where it could be a potential accident into the river. I got something right there. Now we're coming over a target and an object right now. And actually what it looks like is a huge round tire, excavator tire. We'll grab a different angle of it here. You can see it's not a vehicle, not a truck. I think I had a second object down here too, so we'll go double check that one. That looked more of a, I think it was a boat shape, not a vehicle. Off to the right. Oh, there it is, off to the left right there. Yeah, there's some to the right too, so very consistent, several of these that are around. So we have the one down here on the right, we have another one over here, we have this one over here just on the left. Yeah, big round donut tires is what it looks like. Yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to get ourselves a great big crane like this with a big magnet on it. We need to take it out into the bayous in Houston. There's about 100 cars that we know of out there. We just need to start plucking those things out of there, putting it on a big barge. We've been searching both sides of these, so not just the down river side of it, because we are in tidal waters. When the tide comes in, the river, as close as it is to the Gulf here, will actually go upstream instead of downstream. So we want to make sure that we're covering both sides of these access points for that reason. All right. So we have the downtown park area right here. I had something sticking up. There it is. Look, is that a truck right there on the right? I think I might have found a truck. See that?
Yeah.
I think that is a pickup truck. Come on, give me a good visual. Right there on the left. All right, now let's go left of the bubbles there.
Scanning something over there. I've been pretty interested in that section for a minute.
Give me a pickup truck. Let me have a pickup truck. Okay, here it comes. Right there. See, look at that. Had some windows on it. Let me get back over it.
And it's been in there so long that it's going to be kind of hard to identify it, right?
Mm-hmm. But the tide is coming in. It's caused me a little bit of an issue in getting a good reading on it. So is it a truck or is it a car? Now remember, it's a 1969 truck also, so they were bubbled a little bit. So it's not going to be a square body. All right, well, let's see if we can get a magnet on it at least. And then I'll just take the magnet to shore. That's what I'll do on this one. Oh, there it is. Come on, back it up. Okay, it's off to the right. We should just go right there into it. Come on, come on. Bounce right into it. Or is it a boat? Well, it looks like a vehicle. Come on, there we go. Okay, we're locked on. All right, we're on it. All right, Tricky Rick. Let's see if we can find you here. Okay, let's scan the rest of the area, see if we can find anything. Grab some lunch and suit up. We have a really good chance. For the first boat ramp that we started at today, this would be the second boat ramp. That this road right here that goes to the north is the road that goes straight to Angeltown, which is where he lives. And he's been there for 45 years. Can you imagine if we solved this case?
Well, what'd you find?
I found what might appear to be a truck with an older model with a rounded body. But, you know, until we get on it, we don't know. I have the magnet as a solid lock on it. It's in the right location as far as a vehicle would be that far out. Exactly.
Okay.
It does not appear to be a car, and it's also buried, as we would expect, with the water coming in and out for 45 years.
Yeah, that's nice.
Not sure what we'll get here. We gotta keep a little bit of a distance from Jared. We're not tying off on the buoy today. We got a tide coming in that could pull that magnet off. Let's see if we can see Jared here. There he is. Oh yeah, there's the car. Or truck. Oh yeah, it does have a round top on it.
That's cool, but I think that this is the engine bay right here. Pretty sure that's the engine bay. This is going to come into the windshield right here.
Vehicle. He would have popped up by now. And there he is again.
Start ripping some pieces off and see if we can identify it.
Yeah, it's plastic.
You know, I didn't have handles like that, did they?
No, I wouldn't think so. They would have been metal and chrome back then.
Yeah, and they didn't have small tail lights either back in the day.
No, that's an interesting one.
Yeah. So I'm going to say no on this one.
Okay.
Okay, so definitely not a 69
No.
Chevy, so we'll pack it up and move on to the next location. I reached in as far as I could. I was only able to get into one. The top was actually missing as well, so I reached in through the top the best I could. Nothing in there, nobody in there that I could identify. Just make sure I don't miss anything in the immediate area. We ended up downtown, hit all three of those spots, plus that mile-long distance there. We went all the way south here. We stayed in the water and we hit those spots along the way. These spots that came into the river. We then checked another location here and here. There was another older location right here that we also checked. Came north right here is where the vehicle was at that we just dove on. Turned out to be an SUV or a Chevy Encore is what it turned out to be.
Okay.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more locations to go hit. And these other ones are no longer rivers, they're just quick little hits at boat ramps here. All right, let's head over there then.
Okay.
That's shallow all the way out there. This is not deep at all right here. You can see the bottom. Too shallow. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, look, we have a vehicle out there on the left. It appears to be a vehicle, Baron.
Oh, it looks like a really old one.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll get over it, we'll verify it, but
Wow, that's quick.
could be with the far tree over there, the two with the roots.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get closer to it and identify it.
Okay.
But I want to hit this bridge too, real quick. See, it's just the way it was picking it up.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute.
Wait a second, right there. There's a mound.
Yeah, right there on the left. So let's come over that. And what we're looking for is on the down and the live. We're gonna be looking for some height.
Okay.
It's right there. See that?
Here it is.
It looks like a vehicle, Barry. Nice and old too.
Old, yeah. It definitely looks like it's falling apart for a minute.
Alright, so there it is in live. And is it upside down? Is it right side up?
Kind of looks like wheels are pretty nice.
Yeah, but if I'm looking at it right side up with this right here
It's completely.
is the front of the truck, the cab, and this is the bed of the truck.
Yep.
See that? That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, and it looks like the hood is completely rusted out.
Yeah. So it should be coming up on it right there. Yep. See it? All right, it's off to my right a little bit.
Okay, coming up on it.
There it is. Yeah, it's only like 4 feet deep. Like we can go out and stand on it almost. Okay, you should be locked on.
Oh, had it. Oh, and we're on. Yeah, we're up.
Okay. Nice and tight. Okay, now just take your buoy and attach your buoy to the rope and then to the handle. You don't have to put knots in it or anything. Put it around the rope first.
Okay, around the rope.
Okay, now attach that rope, or now attach the carabiner to the handle.
To the handle. Got it.
Yep, perfect.
Okay. I'll take care of the RV while you're suiting up.
Okay.
Get her shut down.
Yeah, and the water's warm enough. I'm just gonna put my suit on. I'm not gonna put thermals on this time. It's just a quick dive.
Coming up with a ship. Whatever it is. Alright, we are at the ship. You can tell what it is. It's an old truck. It is a truck now. The top of it is caved in. It's been down here at least 30 years. Where are you going? Don't take it. That door panel is completely open up. There's a driver's side up here. This might be a gold door, I'm not sure. I'm going to reach in, see if I can feel anything. Not a 69 anyway. That's a soft fender on here. It's not metal.
Plastic.
That's plastic.
That's plastic.
It's not a 69.
No, that's plastic.
See if there's any part numbers in there. I'll be right back.
Okay. That's good.
Trying to identify if we have any bones in here. Got him. There's a couple of sticks. Not a bone. The seal's there. That's called the windshield. Alright, so there's a steering wheel following you. The steering wheel is sitting on the floor. Let's take it right up and out. It might be an airbag. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an airbag. Yeah, there's no room to get anybody down under a snowboard on the passenger side.
Jared behind us there. Hey.
We're good.
Okay.
Single cab, small pickup truck. It's not a Chevy that we're looking for. Too new. I believe that's an airbag. And it is a Ford airbag. It's a little Ford Ranger or something.
Got license plate?
No license. Oh no, the thing is so destroyed. The top of the truck itself, I was able to just take that completely off and search the complete inside of the truck. So I searched both seats. Steering wheel had already rusted out, and I was able to reach all the way down to the floorboard, move silt and sediment around, and verified nobody's inside.
Okay. All right. Well, we got 3 more locations.
Found 2 vehicles, just not the ones we were after.
Yeah.
And both pretty old. Yeah.
Like dilapidated and falling apart.
But yeah, let's keep it going and see what we can find them.
Okay.
2 more spots. Yeah, I mean, the bird's standing out there. If you have a bird standing in the middle of the river, I'm gonna say it's kind of shallow. All right, let's head to the last location then. 13 minutes.
All right.
And this will be the closest one to Angleton.
Have you ever solved a case?
In 300 feet.
Last location?
Yes, Tammy Goff was kind of like that.
Let's do it. Let's solve a case on the last one.
All right, so we want to check all of this, like straight shot here as you're first coming in. There's something here, but I don't think it's a vehicle. A couple of tires just on the right hand side. There's another tire. Yeah, and you're only 4.5 feet deep here, so I don't think you're gonna hide a vehicle in here. Same thing, it's just coming up, 3 feet of water, too shallow. We'll check the other side too while we're here. The 4 bridge pillars there on the left, 1 on the right. Less than 4 feet, Larry. Nothing. Barely hit 5 at one point. sunset, we have not found Tricky Rick. Richard Allen Rhyne is somewhere in the Freeport, Angletown area, and you just might be the one to help us solve this one. Get out there if you happen to have a fish finder, sonar, somewhere in the bayous here. I believe that his truck, 1969 Chevy, is underwater. Right now we are 11 days into our trip, and after you kind of hit the 10-day mark, you've only been out for about 4 or 5 days now, but once you hit the 10-day mark and we have not solved the case, it starts to weigh on us a little bit. Like, what are we missing? We're working the cases the way that we normally do. A 5-mile radius, a 10-mile radius, a 15-mile radius. That's what I'm teaching you, as well as all the viewers, as to how to work these cases and how to think outside the box of when a vehicle goes missing and it's not been found, whether it's been 45 years like this case, or just a couple of years or a couple of weeks. So we have a lot more cases we're gonna be working as we're down here in the south. We're heading over to Beaumont, Texas next. Biloxi, Mississippi. We're gonna hit New Orleans before we head up to Greenville, Mississippi as well. I'm feeling really confident about that one. Big boat ramp just down the road from where the gentleman went missing. So if you have not done so already and you want to be notified, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification. Both of those actions are free. It also helps us with the algorithm, so that way the views get out there, so that way we can then fund this, because we are out here on our own dime with the views, with the monetization, to help these families free of charge, as well as law enforcement. That's all we ask of you. We're gonna head down the road now. We appreciate you being here. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks, bye-bye.